guys, I am here with an easy way to make chili. If you've ever been stumped on how to make chili, today is your day to learn how to make it. It's super fast, super easy, and all you need is two rolls rather, of this Kirkwood pure ground turkey. I got this from Aldi. It's 1 pound. So I use two of those. You can use any kind of turkey that you want, of course, but I use two Aldi's turkey rolls. And there is 1/4 each of a white onion and a green bell pepper. And so now I am going to just season it with some seasoning salt, some garlic powder, and I'm just eyeing it, and chili powder. And this is actually just this brand from Kroger's. So just, I don't know if you can see that. Just seasoning that. You generally should use about, I would say, a good tablespoon of the chili powder, because we are making chili. So I'm just eyeing it, like I said. And then also some ground pepper, and I can't do that with one hand. I'm holding the camera, so I'll come back in just a second and let you know how I'm coming along. Okay, I put the pepper in, and right now, just to ground the meat finer, I am using my Pampered Chef meat grounder. I don't know if that's the official name for it. I forgot. I had this tool, I would say, a good 5 years now. And I do not remember the name of it, but this is what it looks like, if you can see that. And it grounds meat up finely. And you can chop it up or ground it up as fine as you like it. So after I do that, I'll be back. Alright, and I have got everything together as far as the meat ground up and everything, and it's seasoned. I always say taste as you go along. Some people give exact measurements, but really exact measurements when you're cooking, they can kind of be improvised on, and you need to see how your meat tastes along the way. So, tastes good right now, and I'm going to add 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and I have fire roasted diced tomatoes with seasonings, and that's from Aldi. You can see the tomatoes have like a charred look on them. Those are fire roasted. And then I also have 1 can of chili style diced tomatoes, and that's the Happy Harvest brand there, and that's from Aldi's as well. So you just want to stir that a little bit. And that adds a little juice in there too. Alright, I usually use 1 can of chili beans and then 1 can of spicy chili beans, but I didn't have any spicy chili beans today, so I am just going to use some mild red chili beans. And I had another can of the mild, but I wanted to try 1 can of pinto beans. I love pinto beans, and with chili you can really improvise with the beans too. And I've seen a lot of people use pinto beans. So since I didn't have the spicy chili beans, I wanted to try the pinto beans. So you just mix all of that up. Let that simmer for just a couple of minutes. To give the beans some flavor, we're going to add in close to a pack of original chili seasoning mix, and that's a Kroger brand. Original chili seasoning mix. So very close to a pack. I'd say probably 1 or 2 teaspoons is left over in the pack. So I'll just save that until next time. But you just get this all incorporated, and then we are going to let it simmer. Guys, I let the chili simmer about 10, you want to let it simmer about 10 to, I say good 15 minutes. Let it just simmer about 15 minutes, and then you want to turn the heat off, turn off your eye, and then you want to see right here, this white line, that is sugar. I put sugar in my chili. Gives it a savory taste. Some people put sugar in, very few, but most do not. And I just love a little bit of something in my chili. I don't like that stark taste. And remember, this is turkey. Turkey needs help. Even if it was beef chili, I would have put in some sugar. But turkey needs all the help that it can get. And just a little sweet something, not super sweet, but just enough so that it's savory, is so tasty. So I have put in 2 tablespoons of sugar, white sugar, and then this is a teaspoon of cinnamon. And you don't want to put it in while it's cooking or while it's simmering. You want to do this after you've turned the heat off and let it sit for a few minutes, because to me sugar is like wine or something, I guess. When you put alcohol into what you're cooking, you know, they say it burns off and you really can't taste it, but it just adds a little something. To me, sugar is the same way. If you put sugar in while it's cooking, it seems not to do a lot of anything. But after you have turned the heat off and you've let it not cool completely or anything, but you just let it sit a minute and come to a decent temperature and add that sugar in, and then you can taste a little bit of this. You can taste the sweetness, rather. It won't be a bold sweetness, but it'll just be that little just right to your dish. Okay, and remember, since this is turkey chili, it tastes so good. It tastes like it's beef, but like I said, turkey needs help. So that's why I put in the Lowry's and the pepper and garlic powder, and I put in a little bit of salt. I didn't show that. I put in maybe like a less 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So you just always want to taste as you go along. So that salt helped just a little bit, and there we go. I'm going to add in my corn. Here is my, I'd say about 3/4 of a can of corn. I had already used some of this corn in another dish. I think I used it for tacos or taco dip or something. So I had some left over, and that's about 3/4 of a can. And you just stir that in. And corn is something that I just started adding in my chili. I know some people add it and some don't, but it's very good in chili. So taste it, and of course I liked it. So sometimes I'll be making it with corn, sometimes without. And it is looking so good. It is finished now. I'm going to come back in a few minutes and show you how I plate it up, or rather how I bowl it up. I'm going to put it in a bowl and show you how I like to eat mine. I like cilantro. I'm sorry. Cilantro, green onion, and shredded cheddar cheese, and some sour cream. That's how I like to eat mine. So I'll come back and show you that in a second.